we have some questions on statistics, and these are like the questions you'll get in the exam, but they're not past paper questions. The first one, there's no calculator permitted, and Kaylee drives from Glasgow to Leeds for 10 days in a row. Her times each day in minutes are as listed, and we have 10 values. We have to find the median and the interquartile range of the times. So what we have to do is have to look at the numbers, and if we want to find the median and the interquartile range, you have to write all of the numbers in ascending order. So we have 10 numbers, so we pause the video if you want to do this yourself, but I'm going to continue. The easiest way to do this one is we'll have a look at the numbers. Any numbers that are less than 200, well, you've got 199 is the smallest. All of the numbers are 3 digits, and 199 is the only one, pardon me, that begins with a 1 rather than a 2. And you see we have 200. We have that twice. I'm going to write all of these in a vertical list. Then 20, we have 204, so that's 204. Then 21, we have 211, 213 and 218. 211, 213, and 218. Then we have 229, 230 and 231. And we have 10 numbers, as the question says, and we have 10 numbers in the list, and this list is in ascending order. So what we have to do is we have to split the list in half. Now, because we have an even number of values, we have to split it such that half of the numbers are on one side of the partition and the other half are on the other side. Because it's an even number, we just split 5 on one side and 5 on the other. And the partition is between 211 and 213. So if we have an even number of values, the median is going to be the number in between these two. So the median and the partition is between these two, so we take the median of these two and we get 212. So 211 plus 213 divided by 2 is 212. And it's in minutes. I hope that makes sense how I did that. Leave a comment if you're not quite too sure, just leave a comment below. But if it's an odd number of values, then it's much more simple, because it's just the number in the middle of the list if you split it. But if it's an even number, then you have to split it, then take the average of the two numbers at the split. We then want to find the interquartile range. What you have to do is find the lower quartile and the upper quartile. And to find the lower quartile, we just look at the first half of the set, so 199 to 211. We need to split this in half. Essentially, we have to find the median of these numbers. So to find the lower quartile is essentially the same as finding the median of these numbers. Now we have an odd number of numbers, so we can take this number, and there's 2 above and 2 below. So the lower quartile, or the median of this half, is 200, and LQ is lower quartile. Then we want to look at the upper half and take the median of that, giving us the upper quartile. I will mark this in purple again. So if you take 229, you get 2 numbers above and 2 below. It does not matter that 229 is much closer to the higher end of 231 than it is the lower end of 213. The idea is that if you write them in ascending order, you just take the number in the middle of the set. It does not matter if that number is closer to the higher end or the lower end. It literally is just so you get the same number of numbers either side of it. So the higher quartile is 229. To find the interquartile range, what you then do is you take the higher quartile minus the lower quartile. We'll call this the interquartile range. In fact, I think that calling it the upper quartile makes more sense. I'm going to call this the upper instead of the higher. So upper quartile minus the lower quartile. And this then gives us the answer of 29 minutes. Some questions might ask for the semi-interquartile range, in which case you divide this by 2, which would be 14.5. This question is fairly straightforward, but the one thing you do have to always make sure you do is make sure the list is in ascending order. This list in the question wasn't. Sometimes they do that not to trick you, but to make sure you know that you have to have the list in ascending order. So they're looking to see, do you know to write the list in the correct order? And that's us finished the question then. So I hope you found that useful, and best of luck with the studying. Thanks for watching.